This is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello, I'm Tansei Gabriel, your host for this news. Stay tuned, we'll start with Algeria. Algeria is set for a major digital leap with the imminent launch of a new submarine fiber optic cable announced by Minister Sid Ali Zourouki. Construction is starting soon, paving the way for dramatically faster internet speeds and greater capacity. Currently enjoying a robust international bandwidth across 5 cables, Algeria is already in a strong position. 2 advanced projects, Medusa and Africa 1, are progressing toward 2026 service, promising massive boosts amid surging demand. Internet subscriptions have tripled from 18.6 million in 2015 to 59.1 million in mid-2025, with data consumption exploding from 379 million GB to 3.3 billion GB quarterly. The recent commercial 5G rollout further accelerates this growth, enabling innovations in AI, IoT, smart cities, and Industry 4.0. These investments will drive down broadband costs, expand digital services, and fuel economic progress, positioning Algeria as a North African connectivity leader. Côte d'Ivoire's Ministry of Economy, Planning and Development has adopted its 2026-2030 Information Systems Master Plan, aimed at modernizing digital tools, bolstering data security, and enhancing public service management. The plan was presented at a recent ceremony in Abidjan. This master plan is a strategic tool to strengthen digital governance and improve public action efficiency, stated Yehao Niao, Chief of Staff to the Minister of Kaba Naile. Following a diagnostic by the National IT Development Company, which highlighted issues like disorganized IT governance, non-interconnected platforms, outdated infrastructure, and weak security, the SDSI prioritizes 4 areas: professionalizing IT functions, building integrated networks, deploying shared secure applications, and upgrading infrastructure. It includes 6 programs and 44 projects budgeted about $18 million. Prior investments supported over 33,000 kilometers of fiber optic deployment, online administrative platforms, and expanded rural 4G coverage in 2024. The SDSI is expected to foster structured digital governance, system interconnection, accelerated public service digitization, reduce costs and delays, and enhanced resilience against cyber threats. China and Zimbabwe on Thursday signed letters of exchange on the upgrading and maintenance of the China Aid Irrigation Schemes project, aiming to strengthen Zimbabwe's agricultural productivity and climate change resilience. The project will upgrade and renovate 9 irrigation facilities in 6 provinces of Zimbabwe, according to the Chinese embassy in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwean Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube said that support from China will aid Zimbabwe's goal of increasing irrigated land and modernizing agriculture to boost productivity, particularly for rural farmers. This support from China will contribute to Zimbabwe's objectives and vision to increase irrigation coverage right across the country. It is also the bedrock of rural industrialization because once you have water and there is agriculture output, said Ncube. The irrigation project will also help climate-proof agriculture and ensure food security, as rain-fed agriculture is vulnerable to climate disturbances such as droughts and erratic rainfall, Ncube said. Addressing the signing ceremony, Chinese ambassador to Zimbabwe, Zhao Ding, said the project marks another milestone in the close partnership between China and Zimbabwe. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed meets Somali president to strengthen regional cooperation. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said he received Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, president of Somalia, for a one-day working visit. We held a productive working lunch, continuing the discussions held over the past year and building on the progress made in strengthening our bilateral cooperation, he said. The Premier shared on his X account that their exchange focused on advancing shared priorities and reaffirmed their mutual commitment to deeper partnership, regional stability, and development. Moving on to business news, official figures calculated at constant 2019 prices show that total revenues in South Africa's food services industry rose by 8.4% year-on-year in October 2025. The strongest contribution came from restaurants and cafes, where turnover increased by 10.1%, accounting for 4.7 percentage points of overall growth. Over the 3-month period ending in October, cumulative industry revenues expanded by 7.1% compared with the same period in 2024, indicating sustained momentum despite monthly fluctuations. According to the Statistical Authority, takeaway food outlets and fast food services formats recorded a 10% increase in revenues, contributing 3.9 percentage points to the national total for the quarter. Restaurants and cafes followed with growth of 6.8%, adding a further 3.2 percentage points to the quarterly result. Experts note that part of the sector's recent strength can be attributed to a broader range of services and greater flexibility in responding to changing consumer preferences. The Lobito Atlantic Railway Consortium has secured $753 million in loans to speed up work on the Angolan portion of the Lobito corridor. Under the agreement signed in Washington on Wednesday, the Lobito Atlantic Railway Consortium secured a $553 million loan from the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation and a $200 million loan from the Development Bank of the Southern Africa. Initially disclosed last year, the deal has only now been finalized. The funding will go toward upgrading the roughly 1,300 kilometers of railway linking the port of Lobito to Luau, on the border with the Democratic Republic of Congo, enabling track upgrades, workshops, signaling systems, and rolling stock. According to the statement from the DFC, the funds will also support the rehabilitation and operation of the existing minerals ports in Lobito, boosting transportation capacity tenfold to 4.6 million metric tons and cutting the cost of transportation critical minerals by as much as 30%. Finally, to sports news, the Confederation of African Football has unveiled the prize money structure for the highly anticipated Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations 2025, set to be hosted in Morocco. The tournament will feature 24 nations with a total prize pool of $32 million up for grabs. CAF emphasized that this prize distribution ensures that all 24 participating nations receive financial rewards, reflecting the organization's commitment to supporting football development across the continent. The $7 million reward for the eventual champion marks one of the most lucrative AFCON tournaments in recent history, providing an added incentive for teams to showcase their best performances on Africa's biggest football stage. CAF officials have described the prize pool as part of the broader efforts to boost competitiveness and professionalism in African football. Beyond the monetary incentives, participating nations also gain increased exposure and opportunities for players' development on the international stage. That's all for today, and thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.